So our problem from the Lean Startup Canvas was to get awareness for the homelessness for St Vinny's. Our solution was a rigged personality quiz that wraps the charity's message around the feel-good emotion of the quiz and the gag. We also had to make it so it's viral and pass that message on. So our validation from the startup on the Lean Startup Canvas was to go with friends and family. So we built the survey through SurveyMonkey, and we pushed them through this. This is our website that shows the high quality quiz that is built. It's very similar to it's an academic sort of place. If you want to show down the people that built the quiz, when we get to the mathematicians, they're the researchers. Scrolls down, they're very techie people. What's his? We go back to his stats. Here's another one. So, Dr. Beetson, Professor of Computational Neuroscience and Health Sciences Technology. Yeah, exactly. So people really thought, oh wow, this has got some credible technology behind it. So they got that email that had that link on there, and then they went through the SurveyMonkey. We had the results.
So we sent it to 10 people. 9 people out of the 10 actually did the survey. And then they sent me abusive emails back and messages saying, "You bastard, that was so funny." So they enjoyed it. They had fun, and out of those 9 people, 8 people said they'd pass it on to their friends. Yeah, right. So we've measured the metric of referrals, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know if you got that. I guess the results, just a survey, was pretty cool. Yep. I don't know if you wanted to see it, but also I guess everyone was asking how did it work. Even when we got on the phone, we said, yeah, it's a gag, and they said, how did it work? And we had to tell them it was pre-populated, and then they said, yeah, that's pretty cool. So we got the results that we're after.
Right, well done.
Well, apart from the SurveyMonkey, which was faking the actual website, we've also built the website. Yeah. It's almost done. We reckon it's about 70% done. So I can demonstrate it working.
Oh, it's going to be really hard to
see.
I think
how have you built this?
So we've built a mobile website.
Yeah.
So there's 2 parts to it. There's the person who creates the prank, and what it does, it asks a few questions about the friend that they're pranking. So their gender, their age, and the story that that the person will go to, and then they click that button. It sends them an email. The friend who's getting pranked clicks on the email, and it takes them to this page, which is basically...
And that doesn't work, that page, unfortunately.
Yeah, it does. It's okay. So it basically makes them go through a normal personality quiz, which asks them a few questions. They click on the answers, and then it starts giving them information about themselves, which is really uncanny, because how can you figure out that I've got brown hair from, say, me telling it that I'm never late for appointments, and then eventually it goes and tells you a funny thing about yourself, which is when people realise that they've been pranked. But this is where we bring in the story that St Vinny's wanted, the problem that St Vinny's wanted us to solve, which is after they've had a laugh, it knows certain information about him. So for me, it would say, you're a 30-year-old man who's married. Look at this person who also was a 30-year-old man who was married, and then somehow hadn't had a good job but ended up on the streets, homeless. So this is where we get them to perceive the homeless as people like themselves, not a bum or a dole bludger. And there's also a button there which they can click to sign the petition that the St Vinny's people want signed. And then it asks them to prank their friends. So that's how it goes viral. So once they've had a laugh, hit the petition, then they'll start the prank and prank 3 of their friends. Do you want to talk about what Telstra have offered?
Well, to help with the virality, we thought, okay, what can we do to bribe them? So hit up Telstra, and they said they're going to give us some prizes. So if you forward the prank to 3 people, you get a year subscription to their music on demand service. So that was pretty good. We get first 100 doing that. After that, it's instead of having it for a year, you get it for 1 month for unlimited. Also created a campaign with our Z-Box because we figured, you know, the reactions we got were really funny from everyone. Without explaining, it's hard to really explain how it really the gag worked, but everyone really liked it. So we thought if you're watching a comedy show, it's got intelligence in there, then there can be a keyword that can come up that says, you know, doing a high quality gag. And we've got a campaign that Z-Box are really happy to put that St Vinny's IQ gag onto Z-Box, watching a comedian, and bring them into this funnel, explaining the gag, and then seeing if we can push that out. So we get to see if we can get that live by next week.
Great, well done.
Thanks a lot, guys.